How has technology and the changes in technology changed the landscape of the negotiation role?
I think probably the biggest one would be mobile phones in
Mm,
the sense that if we need to isolate a stronghold because the subject person could be being encouraged by external bodies, individuals, groups, or whatever, mobile phone. Look, we can get, and it's no trade secret, there is devices available to block mobile phone signals. So we could block an area. The trouble is, everyone in that area would also lose communications, and the telecommunications providers, as I understand it, and look, my information might be a bit old, they can be sued for not maintaining continuity of the service. So the last thing they want is the police to come in and block 6 blocks worth of telecommunications via mobile phones. So that's probably the big one. Equally, uh, a stronghold will have cameras sometimes set up so they can see if and when the negotiator's van is, or where the police perimeter is, the inner and outer perimeter. So I suppose from that perspective, and maybe people are more savvy, maybe even drones. I don't know if the stronghold will put a drone out, and if we say, oh yeah, we're organising that vehicle you wanted, it's parked around the back, you just can't see it. I'll just check with my drone. So yeah, there's a few ifs and buts, but I suppose the biggest one is that even for our man on the Channel 10 tower, that he was able to use a mobile phone to initiate contact rather than waiting for 3 days before somebody spotted him up there.
how much do you not want for that reason, obviously with the same situation, the drone? How much do you not want the news cameras around?
I must admit, I, I'm in two minds. At the end of the day, I don't know enough about artificial intelligence or the impact of the monitoring that cameras can do to really give an informed opinion. I suppose any technology, I mean, anything has a good and a bad side. Am I scared of it? Not really, only in the sense that I don't plan on doing the wrong thing to anybody at any time, so I've got nothing to fear. And
Mm.
on that basis, I don't know if we can put a cork in technology progressing. I don't think we can.
No, I don't think we can. And at the end of the day, everyone's got a mobile phone these days. So unless you are shutting down the whole area, in which case you're shutting down the police officers' phones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even. I don't know. It's just it would be tricky because if you're saying something and you are stalling, then they can see it, what
Hmm.
you're doing. It puts you guys in a tricky position.
That's it. I suppose we just have to be a bit more inventive and a bit more creative in the way we approach it.
How inventive and creative can you get in that role?
I suppose at the end of the day, if you're approaching with a particular angle,
Mm,
you'll often be advised by the team if it's not working. So creativity will be, look, okay, the can of Coke. When I'm describing the can of Coke, it's going to be so cold, you're going to see the condensation sliding down the side of the can. So when you come down from that Channel 9 tower, it will be waiting. So I suppose it will depend on how you sell what it is you're offering, how quickly you are able to adjust your approach so that uh, the new approach might resonate a little bit better. I mean, ultimately, it's still communication. And
mm.
at the end of the day, I suppose it's more important in the sense that, and don't quote me on the stats here, but nonverbal communication is about 70% of interaction with people. So focusing purely on the verbal in the sense that I'm on the end of a phone and the subject person's on the end of a phone, we are focusing 100% on that verbal communication. So whether it's tone, whether it's inflection, whether you're sounding a bit tired, and that's where your team will support you. The secondary will come on board, or you'll be rotated out very graciously to allow somebody else to continue, or even just to change a tack in the way you approach the situation. So again, it's hard to say exactly what the approach would be because each situation is unique. There might be certain common factors that we can rely upon when we assess the threats and the risks associated, but at the end of the day, each one is unique, and that's probably what keeps it interesting as well, in the sense that the challenge will be different every time.